everyone, I'm AJ Heb, and today I thought we would take a look at the Last of Us trailer that officially dropped on HBO Max. It dropped a couple days ago, but I was pretty busy with work, so I was planning on recording this earlier today, but more things came up on my day off, but I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna do something a little different where I give a brief introduction to these kinds of videos, to these reaction videos, and then after the reaction, I give over like any thoughts and things that I need to say about the trailer. Short thing about this is I love The Last of Us. Although I did not play the actual game since I didn't have the platform at the time, I watched other people play, mainly the React channel, when they were doing video game walkthroughs back on their channel. And then I watched Jacksepticeye play Last of Us 2. And so when I heard that they were going to make a show, I got really excited. But at the same time, I was curious because I learned about The Last of Us story through walkthroughs and gameplay, which was basically its own movie. So I was really interested to see how the show will go. So let's take a look at the trailer.
The roses have faded, there's frost at my door. The birds in the morning don't sing anymore. The grass in the valley is starting to die, and out in the darkness the whippoorwills cry.
There they are. All the lookers. I know exactly what that scene is.
A hound in the distance is starting to fade.
So, nope. I'm really glad they talk about these things once this is done. The winter aesthetic, yes. There she is. Oh, hey. No, I'm not ready.
This is your chance. Our best shot.
Oh, there he
You
is.
keep her alive.
There they are.
And you set everything right.
The horses. Oh, the jacket, everything. No, I'm not ready for that stuff.
Save who you can save.
Oh, please understand.
Oh my gosh, the shot. Oh my gosh. 2023? Oh my gosh. Yeah, as you can tell, I love The Last of Us, so I feel like I'm gonna love this. I can't tell if I'm overwhelmed or just very excited because I love the story so much that it might be one of my hyperfixations, one of my favorite things to like focus in on. What I loved about The Last of Us games was in fact the story, because it's focused on characters that you related to and wanted to see them make it out alive, but they made decisions or acted upon an emotion that you like understood but didn't really agree with, which I loved. Not only that, the graphics, just how realistic it was, the setting, and I don't know, it's just that's what I loved about The Last of Us. I love that HBO Max brought in some people who were from or worked on the game. Pedro Pascal as Joel and Bella Ramsey as Ellie. I know both of them from Game of Thrones, and I also know Pedro Pascal from The Mandalorian. And I can't wait to see what they do with Joel and Ellie because they are such iconic characters. They're slow, progressive relationship of a father and daughter, especially with what Joel goes through, is just so tragically beautiful. It's one of my favorite aspects of the game. I also know some other actors who are in this. Nico Parker's playing Sarah. I only know her from her debut in Dumbo, so I can't wait to see what she brings for Sarah. Nick Offerman. I did not watch Parks and Recreation, but I do know who he is. He'll be playing Bill. I do remember who Bill was, but I won't go into that since that's spoiler territory. Storm Reid as Riley. I love her as Gina in Euphoria. She is possibly my favorite character in Euphoria, and I love her performance. So to hear that she's playing Riley, a character who was not in the main game, but in a, I guess, different version of the game, in Ellie's past, that's going to be very interesting to see. I do have one fond memory of Last of Us. Again, I didn't play the game, but I watched people who did. One of them is my best friend. He came over to my house. We were both in high school, I believe, and we would just like hang out a lot back when, like, you know, it was so much easier to hang out with your best friends. And I remember he brought his I think it was PlayStation. He brought his PlayStation over. We put on The Last of Us, and I was just watching him play the game because I did not have the confidence of playing a video game. Like, I love playing video games, but I'm not that good. I will acknowledge that. So there was this one scene that I saw in the trailer that gave me flashbacks. That scene where the lightning shows the destroyed hospital. I know what that scene is because it's a scene where Joel and Ellie go into that hospital, and I'm pretty sure that's where you first encounter a clicker, and it's where Joel is looking at a door, but as soon as he turns, the clicker comes running at you. I remember when my best friend and I got to that scene, we screamed our heads off. And my mom came running downstairs asking what happened, and we were just explaining that just playing video games and this really scary monster came out. Oh, I'm terrified of the clickers. I remember when I saw my best friend the next day, he kept doing the clicking sound, and I got so annoyed with him. Oh my gosh, I just am terrified of the clickers. I mean, who isn't terrified of the clickers? Their concept is so terrifying. It looks fantastic, is all I can say. I cannot wait for 2023. I might even rewatch the walkthroughs of the games just so I can get myself ready. Oh my gosh. What did you think of the Last of Us official trailer? You can let me know in the comments. I'm always looking, I'm always replying. And I will see you next time. Bye.